जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। प्रभुपाद की जय। We'll read from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। संजय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तमिदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः। श्रीभगवानुवाच कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमः स्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन। शैव्यमास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदयदौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप। अर्जुन उवाच कथं भीष्ममहं सङ्ख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हावरिसूदन। गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्ष्यमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुधिरप्रदिग्धान् न चैतद्विद्मः कतिरन्नो गरीयो यद्वा जयेम यदि वा नो जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः तेव स्थितः प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः। कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसमूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयः स्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधि मां त्वां प्रपन्नम्। न हि प्रपश्यामि ममापनुद्यात् यच्छोकमुच्छोषणम् इन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूभाव सपत्नमृद्धम् राज्यं सुराणाम् अपि चाधिपत्यम्। संजय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा हि ह्रीकेशम् गुडाकेशः परन्तपः न योत्स्य इति गोविन्दा मुक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्य न वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाष्यसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पण्डिताः न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं मे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयं मतः परम् देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति मात्र स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापाहिनो नित्यात् तां तितिक्षस्व भारत यं हि न व्यथयन्ते ते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभ समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते नासतो विद्यते भावो नाभावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तस्त्वनयोस्तत्त्वदर्शिभिः अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशम् अव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति अन्तवन्त इमे देहा नित्यस्योक्ताः शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्माद्युध्यस्व भारत य एनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतो नायं हन्ति न हन्यते न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं य एनम् अजमव्ययम् कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकम् घातांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान्यन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतः स्नानुरचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचते शोचितुमर्हसि अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुमर्हसि जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्ममृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि व्यक्तमध्यानि भारत अव्यक्तनिधनान्येव तत्र का परिवेदना आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवत् चैन मन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित् देहि नित्यमवद्योऽयं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि स्वधर्ममपि चावेक्ष्य न विकम्पितुमर्हसि धर्म्याद्धि युद्धात् श्रेयोऽन्यत् क्षत्रियस्य न विद्यते यदृच्छया चोपपन्नं स्वर्गद्वारमपावृतं सुखिनः क्षत्रियाः पार्थ लभन्ते युद्धमीदृशम् अथ चेत् त्वामिमं धर्म्यं संग्रामं न करिष्यसि ततः स्वधर्मं कीर्तिं च हित्वा पापम् अवाप्स्यसि अकीर्तिं चापि भूतानि कथयिष्यन्ति ते व्ययाम् सम्भावितस्य चाकीर्ते मरणादतिरिच्यते भयाद्रणादुपरतं मन्स्यन्ते त्वां महारथाः येषां च त्वं बहुमतो भूत्वा यास्यसि लाघवम् अवाच्य वादांश्च बहून् वदिष्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्य ततो दुःखतरं नु किम् अतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्ग जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः सुखदुःखे समे कृत्वा लाभालाभौ जयाजयौ ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापम् अवाप्स्यसि एषा ते विहिता सांख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात् व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिर् एकः कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखा ह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनां यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्यविपश्चितः वेदवादरताः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः कामात्मानः स्वर्गपरा जन्म कर्म फलप्रदां क्रियाविशेषबहुलां भोगैश्वर्यगतिं प्रति भोगैश्वर्यप्रसक्तानां तया अपहृतचेतसां व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धिः समाधौ न विधीयते त्रैगुण्यविषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेम आत्मवान् यावदर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः सम्प्लुदोतके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्मफलहेतुर्भू मा ते सङ्गोऽस्त्व कर्मणि योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योगमुच्यते दूरेण ह्यवरं कर्म बुद्धियोगात् धनञ्जय बुद्धौ शरणमन्विच्छ कृपणः फलहेतवः बुद्धियुक्तो जहातीह उभे सुकृतदुष्कृते तस्माद् योगाय युज्यस्व योगः कर्मसु कौशलम् कर्मजं बुद्धियुक्ता हि फलं त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः जन्मबन्ध विनिर्मुक्ताः पदं गच्छन्त्यनामयम् यदा ते मोहकलिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं श्रोतव्यस्य श्रुतस्य च श्रुति विप्रतिपन्ना ते यदा स्थास्यति निश्चला समाधावचला बुद्धिस्तदा योगमवाप्स्यसि अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम् श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यथा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदोच्यते दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते यः सर्वत्रानभिस्नेहस्तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दन्ति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानिव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते यततो ह्यपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधोऽभिजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेषविमुक्तैस्तु विषयन्निन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादम् अधिगच्छति प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिर् अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञा वायुर्नावम् इवाम्भसि तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागर्ति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः आपूर्यमानम् अचलं प्रतिष्ठां समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामः यं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी विहाय कामान् यः सर्वान् पुमां चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिम् अधिगच्छति एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वास्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्म निर्वाणमृच्छति ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे का नाम क्या है सांख्य योगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So Tarun Prabhu will do verse 7, sorry, chapter 7, verse number 2. Abhishek Bansal Prabhu is saying we start with chapter 2 discussion. Okay, we can do that, but Tarun Prabhu, whatever Tarun Prabhu wants. Hare Krishna. So Tarun Prabhu can lead now. Tarun Prabhu, you can share your screen.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, आप शेयर करेंगे ना स्क्रीन में?
हाँ कर रहा हूँ प्रभु जी, 1 मिनट। हरे कृष्णा।
हाँ प्रभु जी।
सर बोल रहे कल से फिर चैप्टर 2 करना चाहते हैं ना?
हाँ मतलब आज तो आप 7.2 कर लीजिए, कल से चैप्टर 2 कर सकते हैं।
अच्छा, क्योंकि 7.2 तो ये डिफिकल्ट वर्स है काफी थोड़ा। ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We will recite the second verse first. ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः ये ज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यम् अवशिष्यते। ज्ञानं तेऽहं सविज्ञानम् इदं वक्ष्याम्यशेषतः ये ज्ञात्वा नेह भूयोऽन्यत् ज्ञातव्यम् अवशिष्यते। ज्ञानं phenomenal knowledge, te unto you, aham I, sa with, vijnanam luminous knowledge, idam this, vakshyami shall explain, asheshashtaha in full, yat which, gyatva knowing, na not, iha in this world, bhuyaha further, anyat anything more, jnatavyam knowable, avashishyate remains. Translation: I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and numinous. This being known, nothing further shall remain for you to know. Purport A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Complete knowledge includes knowledge of the phenomenal world, the spirit behind it, and the source of both of them. So this is transcendental knowledge. The Lord wants to explain the above mentioned system of knowledge because Arjuna is Krishna's confidential devotee and friend. In the beginning of the 4th chapter, this explanation was given by the Lord, and it is again confirmed here. Complete knowledge can be achieved only by the devotee of the Lord in disciplic succession directly from the Lord. Therefore, one should be intelligent enough to know the source of all knowledge, who is the cause of all causes, and the only object of meditation in all types of yoga practice. When the cause of all causes becomes known, then everything knowable becomes known, and nothing remains unknown. The Vedas say, Kasmin u bhagavo vijnate sarvam, sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati. Kasmin u bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati iti. Mundaka Upanishad 1.3. So actually yesterday we were discussing, Sir was discussing the first verse where Krishna himself was saying that Maya sakta manah partha yogam yunjam madashrayah asamshayam samagram mam yata gnasyashi tachrunu. So Krishna is saying, oh Arjuna, you should soak your mind in Krishna consciousness, and you should perform any yoga with mind attached to me. So and then if you do that, then that is called as Krishna consciousness. And also one important thing in that is that Mad Ashraya. Krishna says Mad Ashraya. So by fully depending on Krishna, if you are attaching your mind to Krishna in Krishna consciousness, then that is the perfect yoga. So again here it is also said asamshayam samagram mam. So by performing Krishna consciousness, asamshayam samagram mam yata gnashyasi tachrunu. So by performing Krishna consciousness in this way, you will know me as I am. So here one question can be that, can we know Krishna? Krishna is unlimited, but how much we can know him? So just like so realization of Krishna again is different. There are various spiritual seekers, and there are different levels of realization of Krishna. So what is that Krishna is referring to here? Knowing me as he is. So knowing me as he is means only that much. It's just a drop in an ocean. So Krishna is unlimited. Even the kind of understanding Krishna which great sages have, like Asita, Devala, Vyasa. So that is also compared to just like a drop in an ocean. So, and Krishna himself also says that nobody understands me. Athava bahunaitena kim gyatena tavarjuna krishtabhyaham idam krishnam ekamshena stito jagat. So Krishna says that nobody understands him. Even demigods don't understand him. So here Krishna means just only that much, which is like Krishna realization, which we can what we can understand is just like a drop in an ocean. So further, Krishna is elaborating about that vast knowledge in this verse. So Krishna is telling that there are two categories of knowledge, both phenomenal and noumenal knowledge. So what is what is phenomenal knowledge? So this this all what I am speaking is all based on Sir's lectures. So phenomenon means that which experiences which are generated within us. So we have, like, being in this world, we have always certain experience. So this world which is like created by Lord. So in this world the Lord is all pervading. Lord is all pervading even within atom, as andantarastam paramanu chayantarastam. So and everything around is also Krishna's energy. So Krishna is pervading also in his Vishwarupa. So everything around is Krishna's energy. So whatever we perceive of this world, we have some experience. So that experience again is in the form of different sound, touch, taste, form, and smell. So all these experiences are we have, or we perceive. So there is a cause behind that experience. So and also based on these experiences, we have certain emotions or certain intelligence, or means some construct of the reason of the experience. So we make our own model based on that model of the world, based on the experience we attain. So if these are all the things are happening, so what is the ultimate cause? So all these experiences have a certain cause. So there are different levels of causes. So the first one is the immediate cause, the intermediate cause, and the ultimate cause. So in this chapter we see that Krishna tells about these the different levels of experiences, whose the cause of the different kind of experiences, like the different levels of noumena. So the next verse Krishna talks about, in the next next verse Krishna talks about the first cause, or the first level of noumena. So earth, water, air, fire, ether, earth, mind, intelligence, and false ego. So these are the noumena, first level of noumena, or the immediate cause which Krishna refers to. So further he then talks about the jiva means the soul himself is again the cause, and ultimately in 7th verse he says that matta parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. So he's saying that just as the pearls are strung on a thread, and so in that way I am the sustaining person of the entire creation. So, and there is no truth superior to me. So in this way Krishna declares various levels of noumena. So we should have it's based on like Uh, oh, so uh, so just brief this understanding of like a noumena and phenomena. So one more example we can take. So just like if somebody uh, somebody has taken some food, say a sweet, then he may suffer with diarrhea, or somebody who does nothing happens to him, he happily eats that. So then you can see that, and also sometimes you also see that somebody studies for exam, he scores around a good percentage of marks, it may be above 80%, and someone else also studies hard but he only able to score less marks, like 50% or so. So if we say that the first level of noumena, that earth, water, air, fire, ether, so this is the cause of that, or that the first level of noumena, that would not be able to explain this because that is the same for both. So then the next level of noumena which comes is the spiritual spark or the jiva within the body, that it should explain this anomaly. So in the same way, if we debate further, or we go deeper, then we can see the super soul is there, or he is the another level of noumena. And further if we further introspect, then we reach Krishna, who is the ultimate level of noumena. So yeah, I think so this is what I want to convey, and devotees can share some points. Sachin Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Somebody can like to share, like Jitu Prabhu, Panchal Prabhu, anyone?
Muted. Unmuted. Unmuted.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna.
Thank you, Tarun Prabhu. Very nicely explained. Prabhuji explained the meaning of noumena and phenomena in great detail. In the purport, Prabhupada is saying that knowing Krishna means knowing everything. So one who knows Krishna, he should not feel lacking in any sense that, oh, I don't, maybe if I read Bhagavad Gita, I may not know this, or I may not know that. So Krishna gives everything. That's what Krishna is saying, that nothing further shall remain for you to know. This is a very popular question in Upanishads. What is that knowledge, knowing which nothing further remains to be known? Because people can keep studying for PhDs after PhDs, but still they will their emptiness for knowledge will not finish. But by reading Bhagavad Gita, by Krishna is saying, this is the knowledge, this knowledge of 7th chapter, which is Bhakti Yoga, complete knowledge of Krishna and relationship with him. This can completely satisfy our thirst, and nothing further remains unknown for us. So that's what Mundaka Upanishad also is saying, that kasminu bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati. If you know Krishna, if you know Bhakti Yoga, as explained in 7th chapter, there is no, like, there are so many Babas who say, oh, you this knowledge, that knowledge, but nothing remains to be known, in the sense we are not lacking in any sense if we are reading 7th chapter or the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Tarun Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu, Anand Prabhu has a question, Prabhu. Means he was asking again the difference between nomina and the phenomenon.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like in the lecture, it was what I was speaking was phenomena refers to the experience we acquire, like the taste, touch, form, smell, and I mean the sound. So sound, touch, taste, smell, and form. So these are the 5 experiences which we have. And if we and this is phenomena, like as and and uh, and noumena is the cause of that experience. So if you, what is the cause of that experience? So if you go to the 4th verse, then it says that earth, water, air, fire, ether, mind, intelligent, false ego. So these are the cause of that experience. And if you go further, like because if the earth, water, air, fire, ether are same for everyone, so then why to explain that how, like if different persons have I gave an example, like this example was given by sir, that if two people are preparing for exam but one scores better than other, so if the earth, water, elements are same, but the performance is different. So in that case, like if you just go deeper further, you find that the jiva or the soul is the next cause, I mean the superior cause. So if you go further again, so then you see that Krishna says in 7th verse that I am the source of the experience, so I am the superior truth. So I think that's how I understood it. For the 3rd level, this was example again given by sir. So like when we like devotees also, when they accept prasadam, so I mean the food which is cooked and offered to Lord, sir gave example of Gaur Govind Maharaj, that he can even tell if the food without tasting, if it is offered food or not. So this brings in the concept of super soul, or this is another level of noumena, because I think this example is the one which explains the I think the 3rd level of noumena. 4th level of noumena, that is Krishna. I don't have an example right now. Maybe sir can explain if he has some example.
I don't know much, but okay, Krishna is the cause of all causes, and noumena means the cause, and Krishna is the ultimate cause. I don't know much. Thank you.
What is the how earth, water? Question is that how earth, water, air or cause? Actually, if I this word cause has again means understanding is my understanding at least is very weak of the word cause. So yesterday I was hearing one lecture of Rasraj Prabhu, so where he was saying that what we say reason is not exactly cause. So cause has some more like deeper connotation. So as such means I don't know, Prabhu. Maybe you can ask sir directly. Second level of Numina is Jivatma, the spirit soul. It is in 5th verse, 7.5. So 7.5 refers to second level of Numina. I think Vipul sir said that in cause, always a living entity is involved. Then how can earth, water, air, fire, ether be cause? Yeah, actually my understanding of cause is not very appropriate, so that's why I could not comment on that. So maybe I'm not sure of the answer. Sir, just ask sir if sir is available. Is there?
I don't know. Means I don't know if this is correct that in the cause always a living entity is involved. So means we were in that discussion. I was discussing from a different perspective. So I don't know if it's a general statement. So I can't say this as a general statement. So you have to confirm from sir if in that discussion we were saying that how matter itself is not means it has no preferences. Matter means it has limited preferences. For example, an object will fall, but when we are describing it scientifically, we are describing our knowledge of it. So in that sense, we are involved, because when we are doing science, we are observing, we are making observations. So in that sense, we are involved. But then again, we are not involved in the pure spirit, but in so many layers of like false ego, mind, intelligence, subtle body, that. So it is very complicated. So I cannot say that as a general statement. Hare Krishna.
How can we define the term cause? I should refer to a lecture. It is not just the reason, the plain reason or something. So it's like it has a deeper concept. This much I know. So there is a lecture on differences between theology, philosophy, and science in Srimad Bhagavatam by Rasraj Prabhu. So in that, like the definition of cause he was expounding. So you can refer to that. Maybe I can send the link here.
Hare Krishna, sir. Just I want to add about the cause. Yeah. Means you told that experience means the experience that you are having, just like we are eating samosa and we are having some feeling of that it's a nice samosa, something like that. Means some good taste, something like that. The experience of that means of that taste is coming because of that samosa, and that is because samosa is a gross body. So that is a fast level of experience that is coming because of that samosa. Then if you move forward, then because that taste is coming because I have some feeling, means I have some the living entity. You talked about living entity, because I am having this experience because of the presence of this G-body, tiny living entity, because that is present inside me. That is why that is the cause for this experience. If I give the samosa to a dead statue or something like that, that will not experience the same thing. But if due to the presence of this soul inside this, then it is the second level of cause. Means it is not the ultimate cause. The gross air, earth, air, fire, water. It is not the ultimate cause. It is the first level of cause. Because of the samosa, the experience is coming. And if you move forward, because of the soul present inside us, we are able to experience something, that it is so taste or something like that. Then we can move forward, that why this soul is existing, because of Krishna. Then we can move forward. So ultimately Krishna is the ultimate cause. So my point is that. So if it is correct, so if correct me if I am wrong. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, nice example by Sachin Prabhu. Where all four levels of Numina he was telling about. Yeah. Any other comments? A person infected by jaundice experiences the taste of different sugar, different from a normal person. Can you put some light on it? You mean to say from perspective of this Numina and phenomena? Yeah, it's different Jivatma, so he will definitely have a different experience. He will have a different experience of the taste of sugar. Yeah, that's and what exactly you want some on it means light means related to, just like this example is used because if we are so much accustomed to material conditioning that we are deceased, that we cannot have taste of Krishna or Krishna's name. So that jaundice refers to that that situation of our with material disease. And in terms of phenomena and Numina, this because the person is there who is suffering from jaundice, so he is a different person than the person who is not suffering from jaundice. So his taste of sugar will be different from a normal person. So on this in the concept of phenomena and Numina, you can explain it. And analogy for the philosophy is that a person who is materially diseased, he doesn't have taste for something so sweet as holy name or Lord's glories. So jaundice refers to that. So even if you give him sugar, he will not be happy. So does it clear, Jitu Prabhu? Anything like you want to ask something else also? Maybe you can turn on your microphone and tell like you exactly what you want to. No problem. No. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, if there are any comments we can take, or else like we can, with permission from Vibhul sir, we can, I think, end the class. Hari bol.
Hare Krishna. Okay, then we'll meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Tomorrow, second chapter discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, so Abhishek Bansal Prabhu okay, he has, yeah, he will, Sachin Prabhu has to prepare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai.